Lancia.
Okay, a story is here. Let's share it with you. You know, we are likely to see an end to the protracted federal government ASUU crisis. The latest on the matter is that public university professors will now receive their full final salaries as life pensions under a landmark 35-page agreement signed between the federal government and ASUU on Wednesday, January 14. Now, this deal replaces the 16-year-old 2009 pact and sets the mandatory retirement age for the professorial cadre at 70 years. The pact also introduces a 6-month maternity leave for female lecturers. This is the way to go, BKO.
Yes. Under the arrangement, professors will receive 1.74 million per annum, equivalent to 140,000 monthly, while readers will earn 840,000 per annum or 70,000 monthly as allowances to support research, coordination, academic documentation, correspondence, and administrative efficiency. The minister also listed other components of the agreement to include a 40% increment for all academic staff. So all academic staff are entitled to 40% increment on their salary. He also said academics will now be paid using 2 salary structures, the CONUAS and the CATA, that's Consolidated University Academic Staff Salary, and the Consolidated Academic Tools Allowance. So Section 3.4 of the agreement, which focuses on non-salary conditions of service, makes provision for 6-month maternity leave as a fringe benefit for female lecturers. So all qualified female academic staff shall be entitled to a maternity leave of 6 months as provided in the subsisting public service rules. Section 3.6 of the agreement states that an academic staff who retires as a prof in a recognized university shall be entitled to pension at a rate equivalent to his annual salary, provided that the prof has served continuously in a recognized university up to retirement age. So you can see a lot has changed. And this is something that they've been fighting for years. And now this president has come and he has found a way to solve this problem. ASUU is happy.
Yeah.
Even students are happy because this sends a clear signal that the kind of disruptions we used to have in the academic calendar will no longer happen.
Yeah.
No one has found a way to do this for years. For professors to get 100% of their last salary as their pension is what people want to see. If you are earning 500,000
a month,
you then get that as your pension. So it's like still remaining in the public service. Nobody will hear this kind of thing now not be happy because of people like PAMSEX that used to get this kind of
Mr. President, in one of his campaign promises, said, in my time, I ensure that ASUU does not go on strike again, and that the outstanding issues about...
Yeah, we have to commend the President and the Minister of Education for what they've done. You see, this is what they should have done a long time ago. Sit down with ASUU, look for remunerations that will encourage them to want to give their best, that will stop all these protracted disagreements and problems that we always have in the tertiary institutions. But now that we'll be able to have a framework to work with, which is acceptable to all sides, it is good. So that when we know that when a student starts at university and wants to spend 4 years, then he spends 4 years.
Yeah.
For that 4 years does not become 7 years because of ASUU strike and all these things. It's good. I'm encouraged. It's just that, you know, when we look at government, we only look at governments most times from one princess, security, things are expensive.
Yes.
But in different sectors, this government has been doing very well. In different
recording
sectors.
achievements.
In different sectors. And this that they have done in the education sector is very, very commendable, because it's something that we've discussed time and time again, and we used to wonder why our lecturers, our professors are not well paid. And we pay other people in other sectors far more than people that have spent so much time impacting knowledge and doing things. So for us to be able to solve this problem is something that is very, very commendable.
You remember the choking debate about IPPIS and UTAS?
Yes, yes. We see now we have a legal framework. That is good, that is acceptable. So let's just move forward. We are happy that this government is able to do that. Let us see that kind of impact in other sectors, so that ultimately Nigerians will be able to know that, oh, this government has impacted our lives. But in different sectors, this government is changing the narrative, and we should commend them for that.
And to people who say, oh, he has achieved nothing, will any sensible person, somebody with a sense of reasoning intact, say this is not an achievement? Some students lost up to 3 years cumulatively from strikes. It's those students who will be happy that this has happened, because they know that they have now addressed a problem.
That's it.
A big problem, which will help ensure industrial harmony and put an end to the disruptions that we are having. I'm happy that President Tinubu inherited some terrible issues, but he has found a way to solve those problems. You may not give him credit, that is your problem. But we know, for example, that he came in at a time when we were owing creditors billions of dollars. But they found a way, all the airlines, even BASA complained that Nigeria was a place, ICAO complained that Nigeria was a place, a bad place for people to do airline business. But today, they've cleared the indebtedness, and nobody is talking about it anymore. And in spite of that, he's still able to shore up our foreign reserves, in spite of inheriting that huge indebtedness and addressing it. That's to tell you how frugal people in government, people who are managing the finances of the country, how frugal they are. Because I never imagined that after clearing all that indebtedness, we will still be able to shore up our foreign reserves to the point that it is. So now,
up to 45, 47 billion.
It is even projected that by the end of this year, it could come to like 60 billion, which will be very significant.
That's great.
I guess that the CBN governor is targeting setting a record. Setting a record.
I think the CBN governor is doing well now. I'm one of those that...
And they stabilized the exchange rate.
I was one of those who didn't really like Cardoso when they first came in, and I criticized him severally. But it seems to know what he's doing.
Yes.
We have to give that to
sometimes
him.
It takes time before people settle down.
Sometimes it takes time for people to settle down and do some things. But you cannot deny the fact, because now, if you know anything about economics, and when you read, you will see that different people now rate us highly.
Yes.
In fact, in places where we were like a pirate that nobody wants to do business with us, then there will be also increase in inflow of foreign investments, and we have to give to them that both micro and otherwise, they seem to know what they are doing.
In saying this, we must underscore the fact that cynics in the system are doing what you expect them to do.
No, that's
hold on.
understandable.
Except opposition must see
understandable.
The good about this government, even as they
don't have to say it. That's why they are opposition.
Yes.
They don't have to say it.
They don't want to praise it.
Because to say something does not exist does not mean that thing does not exist.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You understand? So if you say that, if, for example, a fool says honey is not sweet, it does not make it less sweet.
Yes,
it does not make it less sweet.
It does not change it.
Yeah, it doesn't change it. It does not make it less sweet.
Or even if a fool says, oh, rose does not smell nice.
Yes, so
does that
we should
mean
not bother
that
about that. We should not bother
rose
about
does
that.
not smell nice?
We should not bother about that.
People will say all kinds of things.
Oh yeah.
But
it's natural.
we can see that this is an achievement.
Okay.
Yes.
My friends who are my ASUU friends and my friends who are university professors and all that, I know how happy they are.
Oh, this nice.
I know
Okay.
how happy they are because for them, even they will be calmer now because they can see that this is a good deal for them. This is something we've been battling since 2009. It's the 2009 agreement which prescribes constant re-evaluation.
Sure.
That's it.
This is what the government has now done. Previous government
That's why
escaping
you have to also
from it.
commend Alausa a lot. The
Yes,
minister
I
has
think
done
yes.
exceedingly
yeah,
well.
that's-
Of course, because the president is determined. He has a president that is determined.
Yeah.
So instead
And who
of being an
listens?
adversarial,
the president also listens.
yeah, he listens. You know, instead of being an adversarial minister like we had in the past, how do you describe a situation in which government sets up panels? Neme Briggs panel you set up, Musalin Jibrin panel you set up. You are the same person who set up the panels. They came up with recommendations. You refused to implement a single one.
Oh yeah.
Now, you can see another government comes. They did not even waste time because the lecturers were already tired, and they said, "Okay, we'll go on another strike." But the president was not going to allow that, and he solved the problem. It doesn't take so long to solve a problem like this.
Yeah.
It just takes the political will.
Yes.
Thinking
And that's
out
what
of
we
the
have
box,
seen.
as they say.
You know, and you cannot say, oh, he has achieved nothing. You're deceiving yourself.
Yeah.
That he has achieved nothing. Lecturers know now that this is a big achievement because since 2009 we've been having this issue. Oh, but now they've solved the
years
problem.
on.
You know, we
Okay.
didn't talk about everything. Even infrastructure now will be freshened up in the universities because already now they've set aside funds for that. We
That's
didn't
it.
have all of
That's
that
it.
before now. So you can call Bola Tinubu all kinds of names. You can call Baba
we-
Well and all of those nasty songs that they were singing. But we are seeing achievement. These are the things that some people choose not to talk about.
We cannot fail to underscore TED Fund here.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
that. That's
it-
another thing that is good. That is
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
That's what that's
Tech
working.
Fund has always been there, you know, helping with infrastructure, even funds for research and all that.
Yeah.
But there was a 2009 agreement during the time of Yaradua that successive government refused
To honor.
to implement.
Yeah.
And a man came, and within 3 years, he has addressed the problem. So that's why the government deserves credit for what has happened.
It does,
Who is a
it does.
professor who will not be happy
Oh, yeah.
to say that, okay, my pension will be my last salary?
You agree?
You know?
That's-
So that's the thing.
in other words, teachers' rewards are here.
The
it
reward
should be here. It should be here.
Teachers are the people producers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a son of 2 teachers. My mother, an English teacher, my dad, an English teacher. So I know the pride that I feel to be the son
Of a teacher.
of teachers.
Of teachers.
So how can I be happy if anyone says their reward should not be on it? It makes no sense.
Okay, then. All right, folks. The big one. Let's go there. You know, the proverb, a